can see the dinosaur.
Does that mean you're live?
Says you're live.
All right. Good morning. I hope everybody's well. I'm going to take my time and go slow because I don't know if anybody's logged in yet. I'm thinking not.
Down dog.
Yeah, we got a down dog
Oh,
and a wiggle butt. All right, I'm going to wait about 3 minutes to start class to see if anybody logs in. Deal? Good morning. Somebody's here. Thank you. I'm going to wait about 2 more minutes, maybe 3, while Oscar and his cone of shame hangs out with me. If there is something you would like to work on, type it in, and Clay will let me know what we want to play with. Otherwise, I was going to start with shoulders. Still waiting.
Somebody has asked what happened to Oscar.
What happened to Oscar? Oscar is a rescue dog, and he's about 3, and he was still intact. So recently he was neutered, and he also, his lower eyelids actually rolled in. So every time he blinked, his eyelashes rubbed against his eye, which eventually would have caused ulcers. So he had his lower lids done. So Oscar's had an eye job and been neutered recently. So tomorrow, he gets his cone off. Go get it. Get your treat. And we're excited for him to get his cone off. Here, look. Go. Because he's starting to smell.
Come on. Oscar.
Oscar, look at that. There you go. All right. Sorry. So Oscar's on the mend. Tomorrow at 3:40, he's getting his sutures out of his lower eyes. And then he will smell better and be much happier. Although he's been in this for 10 days and he's been a total trooper because he's a really cool dog. And he's a little goofy. He fits in well with the family. All right, so I'll start again. Oscar, out of camera. Go. Sorry. Let me know what you want to work on. I was going to start with shoulders, but if there's something else you'd like to do, let me know. While you type something in and let for Clay, because of course he's here, I'm going to tell you what's upcoming. I want you to know that every morning, Monday through Friday, there's a 7 a.m. yoga class, as well as a 7 p.m. evening class. We also have coming up today, 2 p.m. with Jacob, a balance class. Clay and I played with it the other day, one that he'd already taught. I think it was from last week, and it was really fun. Our kids thought we were nuts, but we had fun, wrote it down, and plan on doing the sequence again. What else do I have? That's about it. Thank you all for coming this morning. We really, really appreciate you signing in and joining the Adventure Rock family and continuing supporting us.
I'm going to take him. Nobody's typed anything.
All right. There you go. Clay's taking Oscar for a walk, so we should be quiet for a little bit. So I'm going to start with shoulders, so I'm going to have you all just lie down and close your eyes. Nice. And once you're lying down, please feel free to keep your knees bent. Knees bent is nice because it supports that lower back. If you have a tender lower back, if you're feeling pretty groovy with your back, straighten your legs and just get comfy. So I'm going to lie down too in just a moment, but first I'm going to check one thing. Nice. All right. So on your back, lying down. Like I said, your knees can be bent. You can bring your knees together, walk the feet out a little bit. And wherever you are, take a moment just to kind of get yourself comfortable. Take, females, your right hand's going to go on your belly. Males, your left hand's going to go on your belly. And just start to take deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale deeply through the nose. And out your mouth. One more time, inhale. And then just inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Trying to deepen the breath. feeling the belly rise and fall.
Okay, come on up. Oscar, come on. Sorry.
You're good. As you deepen the breath, start to lengthen the breath. And by lengthening it, we're going to go into a three-part breath. So, I mean, as you inhale, let your belly expand, and then feel the ribs broaden. And then as you exhale, the ribs come back in and the belly sinks. So, inhaling the belly and the ribs. Exhale, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs. Exhaling, ribs, belly. A few more times, your pace, your depth. And then next breath, we're going to deepen it, inhaling from the belly, ribs, and then broaden, inhaling all the way up at the chest, collarbone expands. And then as you exhale, the collarbone softens, ribs sink, and the belly is the last thing to come down. Inhaling, belly, ribs, collarbone. Exhale, collarbone, ribs, belly. Continue with that, a few more rounds. Three or four more rounds with the three-part breath. And one more round. Let the knees bend, placing your feet on the floor if they're not already there, and roll gently to one side, pushing yourself up, coming into just a gentle, easy sit, crisscross applesauce. And then starting to work on the shoulder, I want to start to open the neck first. So sitting tall, stacking vertebrae one on top of the other. Fingers can be either on the thighs or by your side. Take the left ear to the left shoulder. And if you want to get a little more length through that neck, reach the fingers of the right arm out. Okay, so right arm is reaching out, left ear, left shoulder. Your vertebrae are tall, so it's really easy to want to lean over to that left. I want you to stay nice and long. And then just let the head grow heavy as you feel this soft lengthening through the side of the neck. Breathing in and out through the nose still. Couple breaths right here, just letting that neck slowly open. And then next, all I want you to do without moving anything else, you're just going to rotate your chin to point towards your knee on that left side. So notice as you rotated, it changed a little bit of the sensation in the neck. So basically you're looking down, but you haven't, you've just rotated the head. Spine still long. Think about dropping the shoulder, releasing it. on that right side. Let's do 2 or 3 more breaths. One more breath. On an exhale, release that right hand and take your head and rotate it so the chin comes up to the chest or the neck. And then pull the head back in space. Let the shoulders relax. And so you're getting a stretch in the back of the neck without losing structure in that upper body. And then take all 4 of your fingers of each hand. So 8 fingertips on your foreheads and your thumbs come to the cheekbones. Pull the elbows in. And then really feel the head hang. So your hands start to begin to support the head. Letting go of that weight, that big old melon weight. And then inhale, use your hands to lift the head and release the hands to your thighs. Take that right ear to your left shoulder. Reach the left fingertips long. If this is too intense, take the fingers down or bring the arm in. Just taking a little, putting a little slack into the line, so to speak, so it's not so taut. Again, not leaning over, so find that right side body long and hang out. Breathing in and out through the nose, letting the breath roll naturally. Try taking a deep breath, and as you take a deep breath, notice that as you expand that upper chest, or the chest in general, you might get a little more length or a little more sensation in the left side, or the right side, left side of the neck. And then you might not. One more breath, please. And then just take that chin and rotate it towards the knees. So now you're getting a little different sensation in that stretch. Still upright, just letting the neck lengthen. So we're releasing some of the tension in the neck before we start working on the shoulders, because that neck has a lot to do with shoulders. Palm through the side body. 2 more breaths. One more good breath. Okay, both hands come onto your thighs, and again, just rotate the chin so it tucks in towards the chest, or you're really trying to squeeze the juice out of an orange between your neck and your chin. And feel that pull back as you keep the tuck, so you get this nice stretch in the back of the neck. And if you want to add a little ease to it, you can start now by putting those fingertips on the forehead, thumbs on the cheekbones, tuck the elbows in so you kind of created a bipod, and the head releases. Two more breaths. Let that head grow really heavy into the hands. All right, on that next inhale, lift the head. Yeah. Coming into a tabletop, getting anything out of your way that you need. In your tabletop, I want to work on stacking shoulders so that you're not dumping into the shoulder girdle. So I'm going to show you from a couple different angles. So in that tabletop, of course, we have the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And what happens a lot of times is people will dump into their shoulders. So what's happening is my chest sinks when I dump into my shoulders, right? And I just hang into that shoulder girdle, all right? If I want to lift up out of the shoulder girdle, I press into my hands and think about separating my shoulder blades, okay? During this exercise, I want you to make sure that you're not arching the back. So ideally, I'm going to do this the best I can. I'm really pulling in and focusing on that lower abdomen to keep my lower back steady. And as I exhale, I'm going to let myself dump into the shoulders. Inhale, press into the hands, lift, really separating the shoulder blades. Exhale, dump. Inhale, lift. Don't let that lower back come in. So you're not arching, you're not rounding. On your exhale, dump. Inhale, lift. So we call this flossing your shoulder girdle. Okay, so I want you just to get this rhythm of on your exhale, you're letting yourself dump into that girdle. So if you wanted to, you couldn't go any farther. And then inhale, lifting completely out, getting space in that shoulder. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. And now start to minimize or make that movement smaller and smaller, just trying to find neutral in your shoulder girdle. And upon finding neutral, do a couple more. Okay, so once you find that sweet spot where you're not dumping into the shoulder girdle, think about rotating the eyes of the elbows forward, okay, and pull the ribs in, and pause right there. And then I want you also adding one thing on, I call this scrubbing. So look down at your hands and notice that your hands are firm on the ground, but they're glued or they're Velcroed. And I want you to feel the sensation of trying to spread your mat apart, okay, as you rotate that hand or that elbow. So you're really trying to spread the hands apart, scrubbing, and notice how you can feel that strength as it sets into the shoulders. And one more time, let's just go into that dump and lift one more time, juicing it up. Okay, make that shoulder movement smaller and smaller. Find your neutral and then feel yourself try to spread the hands apart while at the same time trying to twist the hand like you're opening a jar. One more breath here, and as you do so, tuck the toes under. And then on an exhale, come into your down dog, still keeping those hands active. Okay. And then in your down dog, bend one knee at a time, just patting out the feet, patting out the legs, nice and soft, getting length in that lower body. Feel the hip creases come back. Couple more breaths right here. Bringing both heels towards the floor. Feel the hip creases reach back. On an inhale, bend both knees, prepare. Exhale, step to the front of your mat in your forward fold. And let's continue to get some length in the backside. Elbows or hands come into the elbow crease. Take a look at your feet. Make sure your feet are lined up. And then let the crown of the head drop. Just let it drop to the front of to the floor. Head nice and heavy. And one last thing, pull the belly button in and up. And let yourself hang. Just a few breaths here. One more good breath. Release the hands, bend the knees, then inhale, roll up one vertebra at a time. Top of that inhale, please bring your arms up overhead. Turn your palms towards me, okay? And then bend your elbows. So this is going to be what I'm going to call cactus arms. And in this cactus arms are goalposts, right? My elbows lining up with my shoulder. My wrists are underneath my elbows. And I'm all in a flat plane, okay? And then on an inhale, turn the palms towards you. And then without letting anything else move, take the shoulders or the elbows slightly forward. So the only thing that's coming forward is my elbows. And then straighten the arms, keeping those shoulder blades packed. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step to a plank, and then exhale onto your belly. From your belly, I want you to roll over and come into that goal post that I just showed you on the floor. So it's going to be easier to see what you want to do. My elbow lines up with shoulder, wrists with elbow. Okay, pull the ribs in. Please feel free to bend your knees. And then I want you to press the hands into the floor. Okay, and the ribs in. All right, couple of breaths here. Nice, and then release. So from here, what you're going to do is we're going to come into W's. So here we are, elbows pressing into the ground, backs of the hands pressing into the ground. And then on an inhale, keeping the wrists and the elbows on the floor or the back of the hands, straighten the arms as best you can without popping the ribs. And then exhale, come back down to your goalposts. Ribs in neutral, belly firing. Inhale, straighten the arms, almost like you're holding a dowel in your hand. And then exhale, bend, elbows come in line with the shoulders again. Inhale, straighten the arms again, like you're holding a dowel or a towel. Exhale, bend. And one more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. From here, roll quickly over to your belly, coming into cactus again. All right, your forehead's going to be on the ground, and make sure that alignment's there. So you've got the elbow in line with the shoulder, wrist in line with the elbow, back in neutral, and all I want you to do from here, my palms are flat on the ground, so I want yours flat on the ground, and I just want you to think about pressing the elbow into the ground, okay? And then if you can, lift, while you're pressing the elbow in the ground, lift up the hands, pulling the ribs. So you can really feel shoulder movement here. Exhale, release. Press the elbows into the ground. And as you do so, you're going to feel a little bit of action in that lower shoulder girdle or shoulder blade. And then see if you can lift the arms. Keep the elbows on the ground. I'm not very good at this, but that's okay. Release. One more time. Press. Lift. Hold it. Press the hips into the ground. Breathe. Feel the shoulders just kind of tuck into the ribs. Exhale, release. Come back onto your tabletop. In your tabletop, coming into that scrub. So here's what I want the hands to do. So here are your hands, right? You're going to be in your tabletop, and I want you to think about hands glued, actually slightly rotating the hand out, right? So like you're waving goodbye to somebody, or you're opening a spaghetti jar. So I want that external rotation in the hand. So come into the tabletop, walk the hand half a hand length in front of you, and please be sure your hands are at least shoulder width apart. And then start to feel that rotation or that opening in the hand. And a little bit of a scrub. Tuck the toes under and come to your down dog. Feel that stability in the blade. And then let's get moving. On an inhale, right leg prepares, and as you exhale, right leg low lunge. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Now from here, reach the arms out. So it's just like we're in that tabletop. So shoulder blades are out of the girdle. Pull it in, okay? And then feel those shoulder blades tuck under as you lift the arms up. Belly button in, press into that back leg, couple of breaths here. Nice and strong. If you want to come into your cactus, feel those elbows like they're pressing into the ground. Palms face each other. Then lift the arms. I don't care how wide your arms are. I want you to feel the blades on the back. 2 more breaths. One more good breath. Exhale, hand comes down. Down dog. Find that nice opening up of the jar or that rotation in the hand, really feeling the hand strength as it sets the shoulder blade. Inhale, left leg prepares. Exhale, left leg low lunge. Feel free to walk that right leg long. Come into warrior 1 legs. Reach the arms out. Set it. Bend your elbows. Open it up. right? Now turn the palms towards you. And then bring those elbows forward. And as you bring the elbows forward, you can feel this kind of tucking into that rib. Oh, excuse me, the lower shoulder blade onto the rib. And then open the arms up, keeping that shoulder blade the same. About 5 or 6 breaths here. Don't lose that shoulder blade. Press into the outside foot. It's really easy to let that blade go. So really tap into that sensation. Focus. One more good breath. Yeah, exhale, hands come down. Inhale to your plank. In that plank, feel that turning slightly of the elbows out, hands rotating. Inhale slightly forward, exhale, down dog, boom, or your flow. Right on, adding on. Inhale, right leg prepares, exhale, right leg, low lunge, and then come up to your warrior two. Okay, right leg, warrior two. Arms are gonna come out. And now I want you to reach in opposing directions, almost as if somebody's, so you're detracting your shoulder girdle. It's as if somebody's pulling your arms in opposing directions. And then rotate from the top of the arm, palms up. So not from the wrist, but from the humerus. Keep reaching in opposing directions. Pause. Feel the length. And then think about those shoulder blades on your back again. Breathe. And you have jazz hands. Nice spread jazz hands. Arms are trying to reach in opposing directions as those lower blades tuck in, just like we had that sensation earlier, especially when we were on the floor. One more breath. Take a look down and an exhale, hands come down on either side of the foot. Palm the floor, down dog. Inhale, left leg prepares. Exhale, left leg, low lunge. Inhale, here we are. Virabhadrasana, 2 feet. Gentle reminder, knee, ankle, heel arch. Arms come out again, right? Feel reaching in opposing directions. Pull the ribs in. And then rotate the palms to the sky. And that rotation again comes from the top of the arm, not the wrist. Right near the shoulders. Jazz hands. And then if you want to juice it up a little bit, open your palms, fingertips towards the floor. Pull the ribs back in. Arms are still reaching opposing directions. Shoulder blades tucked. Fingertips towards the floor. Couple more breaths. One more breath. Excellent. Exhale. Hands come down on either side of the foot. Inhale to a plank. Find the strength in the arms. Shift your weight forward. Down dog or flow. On an inhale, prepare the right leg. And as you exhale, right leg, low lunge. Inhale, warrior 2 feet. Okay? And then from there, if you have a brick, if not, I want you to use whatever you can, stack some pillows, because I want your hand to be able to come down to the inside of your foot without too much of a collapse. So take a minute, peanut butter, cans, all those toys we played with before. Okay, so you're on your right knee or right leg, warrior 2. Let me get on my correct foot. And I want you to put whatever you can here. And then from here, I just want you to feel the right hip draw back as the ribs on the right side come over the thigh. From here, this right hand's gonna come onto the brick, right? And when it's on the brick, again, I want you to feel that slight rotation of the hand, right? Like you're opening a door onto the brick. And notice you can set the shoulder better versus just straight without that action. So long spine, palm that brick, right? And then really feel that solid connection with the brick. Do the best you can with what you got, because that's how it's working lately, right? We got this. Okay, nice and strong. Couple of breaths here. Palming that brick or whatever you've got. Hands scrubbing like they want to open a door or a jar. And then reach this left arm up. Hips come back, ribs in. Don't lose that energy in this arm, and notice how as you energize the arm, you can really feel the secure strength in that shoulder. Keep it rolling. If you want to find length in that side body, bring this arm forward. 2 or 3 more breaths. Strengthen the legs. Nice. Inhale, come back to Virabhadrasana 2. Move that prop if you have it, right? Hands come down on either side of the foot. Exhale into a down dog. Inhale, your left leg prepares. Exhale, your left leg steps in that low lunge. And then inhale up to your warrior 2 feet. Find that brick. And again, hand here, right? I just want to think about it rotating slightly as I spread the hands apart. So heel arch, knee ankle, hip comes back, ribs over the thigh. Spread the fingers onto whatever you've got, and then feel them start to scrub. So you're not moving them, but the muscles are activating. Right arm up. You feel free to lengthen. Feel that shoulder set and tuck in. A couple of breaths. Feel free to lengthen. A couple more breaths. Don't lose that connection with the brick. The length in the arm. Nice. Inhale back to your warrior 2 feet. Remove the prop if you have it. Exhale, hands down. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, floor down dog. Pause. Feel those hands scrubbing the floor and rotate open. Reach through the pinky side of the fingers. On an inhale, prepare your right leg. And as you exhale, your right leg's going to step into a low lunge. And we're going to stay down here. Take that left knee down. Right hand is going to come to the inside of the right foot. Okay? And here I am scrubbing that hand. All right? And I'm going to try to lengthen my side body. And then come in so this left leg of mine just came into pretty much a warrior 2 feel. So yes, I'm compressed down a bit, but I'm really activating this arm and thinking about checking into the shoulders. A couple more breaths. Feel that right shoulder tuck in, hand active, long spine. One more good breath. Nice. Exhale. Both hands down on either side of the foot. Come to your down dog. Take a couple of breaths. Lengthen through the spine. Hip creases back. Same story, opposite side. On an inhale, your left leg prepares. Exhale, left leg comes into a low lunge. Right knee's going to come down. Okay? With that right knee down, left hand comes to the inside again, right? You're going to rotate. And I can stay here if I want to, because I'm really trying to just work on the shoulder girdle. Otherwise, this right leg of mine can activate. And here I am. Okay, really feeling the strength in this arm, but at the same time pressing gently in or firmly into the back leg. Pull the left hip back in space and lengthen the spine. Scrub that hand. So instead of just relaxing through this arm, you're pressing and rotating. Couple of breaths. Couple more. I know my chest is facing down. If you can rotate, go for it, but my intention here is more shoulder than length. Nice. One more good breath. Fabulous. Exhale, hands down on either side of the foot. Inhale, plank. Go through your flow or go to your down dog. All right. Now, come onto your knees coming into a tabletop. And from here, you're going to step your right knee forward, rotate the left hip to the sky, and come to the outside of your feet. Come onto your foot, so my foot's rotated. Take this right hand of yours onto the ground underneath the shoulder. And then instead of, a lot of times when people do this, their middle finger's facing forward. I don't want that right now. I would like that middle finger facing almost slightly towards that front corner. Okay, and then I'm going to scrub the hand and set the shoulder. All right, arm's going to lift up. Take this right foot, kickstand it slightly back, and then lift the left leg up. Right, keep this arm strong. Pause. So you're kind of in a gate. Boom. Feel the strength, side body, arm, leg. 2 more breaths. 1 more good breath. Yay! Exhale, hands come down. Step the foot back, down dog. Opposite leg. On an inhale, left leg prepares. Exhale, left leg, low lunge. Right leg down. Okay. So from here, how do I do this? We'll figure it out. So from here, I want you to. So what we're doing is we're getting ready for basically a what's the word? A side plank. So coming into that tabletop, this left hand now roots and rotates, lining up the shoulder and the wrist. I want your right leg to reach back, kickstand that left leg. Okay, so I'm trying to line up. Open up that right hip and lift the right leg. So really scrubbing that arm again. My middle finger is not facing the top of my mat, it's slightly to the edge. Hang out with it a little bit longer. Feel the shoulder. Instead of dumping into the shoulder, press and rotate. Shoulder blade on the back. Opposite hand can lift. Couple of breaths. 1 more breath. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog or flow. Okay, so this part of our shoulder work, we're going to then go into that side plank, okay? So coming into the side plank, I like to do it this way, so I'm going to invite you to do it this way as well. Inhale, shift to a plank. Then take that right hand of yours underneath your nose and slightly rotate that middle finger towards the corner. Rotate and scrub that hand, and then slowly roll onto the outside of the right foot and left foot. Feel free to take that left foot in front of you if you would like, or you can have the feet in tandem. The thing is, I want you really to feel that scrub in the hand. Lift that left arm if you want to, and feel free to lift the left leg. Couple of breaths. Keep that hand active. Lift through the hips. Maybe 2 or 3 more breaths. You got this. 1 more. Take a look down. Exhale. Hands down. Go to your down dog. If your wrists are getting tired, take a moment and shake them out. Then we're going to do our opposite side in just a moment. So on your inhale, excuse me, shift to that plank, right? And I needed to line up my wrists. My left hand comes directly underneath my nose, and you can see I've got my middle finger towards that corner. Scrub, come onto the outside of the left foot, stack the right foot on top, lift through the hips. Remember, you can come in tandem, or you can take that right foot in front. Okay, find your sweet spot. You can also lift that right leg. But here you are, fire up the core, hips come forward. Woo, glutes are strong. Couple of breaths, hang it out. You can look down, you can look up, you can look forward. Whatever feels good. 2 more breaths. Keep that hand active, don't dump. Press. Nice. Exhale, hands come down. Now you're in your plank. Inhale, shift, go through your flow. Okay, getting off your poor wrists. Inhale, come up on your toes. Bend the knees on the shins. And then come to seated. Put your hands, all right, I put the outside of my hand on my wrists. And just kind of get a nice easy stretch. Fingertips are going to spread wide, right, on my back. And I'm going to pull my elbows back as best I can. Couple breaths here. Good stuff. I'll shake it up. All right, we're going to start playing on forearms. We're doing great. We're going to do a couple of forearm movements. And on those forearms, it's the same idea as when we started with our tabletop, okay? So just to get used to it, here's how I want you to set this up. Come into forearms on the ground, making sure that the elbows line up with the shoulders. And then grab the outside of your arms. So basically, I've gone here and grabbed, right? And then feel your arms pull away from your hands. Set the elbows again. Forearms on the ground. Press into the forearms. So now you're no longer dumping. And then press a little deeper into those elbows, a little bit like when we were on the ground. When we were playing with that on our back. And then step back into a plank, forearm plank. Pause here, really feel the shoulder blades tuck. And then imagine you're trying to scrub again. So you're almost pressing against the floor and trying to separate the shoulder blades as you pull in the ribs. Couple of breaths here. Feel the shoulder blades. Nice. Release. Pause for a moment. Child's pose, a couple of breaths. All right. On the camera. And then from here, coming back. Go see Daddy. From here, sorry about that. Coming back onto the elbows, right? Grab the outside of the triceps. Pull apart, and then set those elbows. Forearms in the ground. From here, step left leg and then right leg back. Line up. So I'm trying to make sure my shoulders and elbows are lined up. Feeling myself press into the elbows more. Walk the foot in. Both feet in. Press. So don't let yourself collapse. Press into the forearms. And feel yourself strong. Chest can come towards the thighs. Couple of breaths. Breathe and soften. Put down the shoulder girdle. Nice. Exhale, release. If you have a brick, use that to really set the shoulder girdle. So with a brick, if you have it, you're going to hold it so the palms, you're palming the brick, pressing the brick against the palms and pressing into the shoulders. So we're going to do 2 more things. Here we go. We're pressing. Remember, you don't have to have the brick. Otherwise, grab onto the outside of the arm, scrub the elbow in, and then set it. From here, step yourself back into your plank. Walk yourself in. And then feel free to lift one leg up, active, pressing into the forearms, squeezing the brick. Couple of breaths. Don't lose those forearms. That's the hardest part. Exhale, release. Shake it for a minute. Woo. Next one. Either grab the outsides of the triceps or squeeze the brick. Ready? Opposite leg. Press into the forearms. Squeeze. Pull the ribs and really set that shoulder girdle. So you feel those shoulder blades tucking in. Step back. Walk in. Press. So it was really easy for me to collapse, so I needed to press again. And then lift that opposite leg. I'm up on my right foot, left leg lifting, and I'm doing the best I can to press. Keep going. This will warm you up. 2 more breaths. Exhale, release. Whew. Move your toy. Child's pose. Let those shoulders relax. Come into that slumpage. Breathe. Three more breaths. Get water if you want it. All right. Let's loosen up a little bit. From here, come to a down dog. And then just step to the front of your mat. Okay? And roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. From here, arms are going to come out. We did this on Wednesday, I think. Take the left arm on top of the right, and then palms come towards you, and then rotate, see if you can have your palms touch. Both fingertips reaching up. Lift the forearms, and then reach the elbows away from you, and then start to round that upper back. Okay, I'm going to tuck my chin, and from here, I'm going to just round. Feel my shoulder blades pull apart. My dog likes me. You're trying, but you ain't winning, honey.
Oh, I'm gonna win.
Couple more breaths.
What?
So to come out of this, feel the shoulders pull apart. Forearms are pulling against each other, and then lift up and release. Whew. All right, opposite arms. So now arms are apart, opposite arm on top. Okay, fingertips. There we go. Lift, reach apart.
Hey, come on, let's go.
Are you smelling me?
Come on.
Nice to see you. He loves me, I told you. All right, fingertips up, elbows pulling away. And then just pull the ribs back. So I'm really finding a nice little slumpage. So instead of here, I'm here. And then I'm going to round through my back, tuck my chin, and try to stay firm through my feet and my belly. Feel that separation. Couple more breaths. Inhale, come back up. Release. Whew. Shake it out. Come onto your back, please. With your knees bent, you're going to come back into your cactus, and I just want to get a little bit of movement going on again. So here you are on your back. Spine is in neutral, ribs are in, arms are in cactus. And all we're going to do here, which feels really good, is on an exhale, you're going to bring your palms down to the floor. If you're like me, your shoulders are going to lift. We'll talk about that some other day. As you inhale, palms come back. Okay, exhale, rotating palms to the ground. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, Inhale. Try to keep those shoulders lined up with the elbow, elbow with the shoulders. So now I'm going to switch breath on you. So pause for a moment. And as you inhale, palms down. Exhale, palms up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. So now I'm really going to mess with you and I'm going to add on. So as you inhale, you're going to lift your chin. Exhale, tuck your chin. Inhales, lift. Exhales, tuck. And now we're going to add the hands. So as I inhale, lifting the chin's palms down. Exhale, tuck the chin, palms up. Inhale, up, chin's palms down. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. All right, now I'm going to really mess with you. We're going to add our hips, okay? As you inhale, chin lifts, back arches. So I'm dumping my pubic bone, palms down, right? Exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Open. Close. One more, open. Close. Nice. Release. From here, leave those poor shoulders alone. Take that left leg, place it on top of the right thigh, and roll yourself up. Interlace your hands behind your thigh and lie down. So let's get a little glute stretch. In doing so, if this is hard for you, use a blanket, a towel, your harness, right? And lie yourself back. Your head should be in neutral. Whew. Everything should be in neutral. So stay here just a little bit, really stretching out that glute. 2 more breaths, maybe 3. Hold that left knee, right knee in as the left leg reaches away, gently. Two more breaths. Release. Switching sides. Right leg, left thigh. Roll yourself up. There's your core. Interlace your hands or get that strap so my hand is on either side of the thigh. Lie yourself down. And then pull that left thigh in, right thigh away. And hang out. Let's let this open up ever so softly. Small, the back is on the ground. You're trying to get your cheeks on the ground, so it's not a curling up. The pelvis stays in neutral. So this is a great way to get a stretch without stressing your back or your hips. Stay here. Release. Roll over. We're going to come into tabletop one last time. So this is called threading the needle on the west coast, on the east coast. I'm not really sure what it's called. So on an inhale, your right arm lifts, and you're going to take that arm and thread it underneath you, close to the rib, close to your collarbone, in between the breast and the collarbone, and then rotate that left hand so the pinkies face you, and come under your right cheek. Really reaching through this hand. So my right hand is out. I'm reaching through my hand, okay? And then if I want to, I can start to roll onto my right shoulder and get a little bit of a stretch. Hip creases back. Sometimes you'll get people who take this opposite hand and wrap it around them. So right now my left hand is behind my back and I'm trying to roll open. A couple of breaths. So how the heck do you get out of this? Left hand comes down, Fingers face your nose. Press firmly into the left hand. Rotate the left hand fingers forward. Lift up. Come back down. All right. Same verse. Opposite side. Your left hand reaches up, and then we're going to thread it through. So I'm going to bring it way down. Hips reach back. Fingers of that right hand face my face. And I'm trying to roll onto that left shoulder. If I can, I'm going to take this right hand and wrap it around me. Hang it up. Left fingertips are reaching, spread apart. One more good breath. So what's nice about this is actually a little bit of a twist as well. To come out of this, right hand comes back to the ground, fingers facing you, press up, open the left chest, come back down. Press into your child's pose for just a few breaths. Bend the elbows, let the shoulders release. And then come onto your back. Facing away from the camera. Grab the outside of your feet, okay? And once again, I want the butt down. So this isn't a curl up, I want nice and down. Grab the outside of your feet, tops of the foot facing the sky, and press the knees towards the floor. If you want to, bring the soles of your feet together, open the knees, and come in like that. I prefer this. Couple of breaths. Couple more breaths. Right here, please. If you want to, you can rock from side to side. That always feels good. Plus, this is a really nice way to stretch the inner thigh. Bonus. Nice. From here, ooh, bring the chin to your chest, or bring the thighs, tuck the thighs and the knees in, and curl yourself up. And then on the exhale, release. Palms come up, arms release. Let those shoulders relax. Getting ready for your Shavasana. If you would like to twist, you're welcome to bend the knees, take them over to one side for 5 to 7 breaths. Then on an inhale, you bring them back to neutral. Exhale, opposite side, 5 to 7 breaths. If you would just like to stay in Shavasana, go for it. Take a moment to scan your body in your Shavasana and then just let the breath come. And I welcome you to stay here as long as you want, at least 3 to 5 minutes. Thank you so much for coming today. Namaste.
We need to get the, what's its name?
I got it.
Okay.